and he has 2 poison on him. He's going to have an untapped Nykthos and a Quarter Calling. So we're going to see hopefully some awesome shenanigans. Whether or not Cody wins this or not, I just want to see awesome things happen. It doesn't matter how they happen, I just want to watch them happen. So we're going to see a Quarter Calling come down. For 3, I believe. I think he tapped his Elvish Archdruid to add 5 to his mana pool, 6 with the Cavern, and I'm not sure what he's going to grab, but... Oh, it's Azuri, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. It was obviously going to be Azuri. And he is certainly going to activate Nykthos to activate his Azuri, the Overrun ability, and that should present lethal, I believe. Let's see, they'll go up to... Actually, it might not. He might just be dead on the next turn on the swing back. Because Azuri can't attack. The Archdruid can. Or can he do it twice? Oh, he can do it twice with Elvish Archdruid now. Okay, so yeah, that should be lethal, actually. Right now it's 2, 4, 6. They'll each get +6/+6, so it'll be 24 with 1. Yeah, that's 100% lethal. Jesse got her. Assuming he activates Nykthos and taps the Elvish Archdruid to get mana. The Elvish Archdruid will give him 6. The Nykthos will give him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he'll be able to do it almost 3 times. Yeah, Noble Hierarch is going to block the Heritage Druid, and we're going to see 9 mana be added to Jesse's mana pool. He's going to filter that into Azuri, and then the 6. Actually, he can do it 3 times. So it's going to get +9/+9. They're each going to be 11/11s with Trample. And that is certainly game. Because it tramples over for a bunch. We're going to go to game 2. Jesse got a quick first game with some shenanigans from Elvish Archdruid. So that was a quick one. I'm going to reset life totals here. Thank you, everybody, for watching. It means a lot to have all of you here listening to me talk about nonsense, and I'm sure some of you want Carter back, and I think Carter and I are going to split it. He might come and do the top 4, or he might do the top 4 in the finals. I'm not sure how it's going to work. We'll see. It depends on how busy it gets next door. If it gets too busy, I'm going to head back over there, and he's going to come over here. But in the meantime, we're going to be sideboarding, and Jesse, I believe he has Spell Skites. I don't have his deck list right now. I left those next door. But I believe Jesse's going to side in Spellskite and Cody's deck list. I'm trying to remember. She had Ranger's Guiles, Apostle's Blessings. She had her own Spellskite. I do not remember. So I'm going to see if I can get those deck lists, actually. I have to, they do have to be typed out for Star City Games, and that's the reason I didn't bring them over, is I wanted to go ahead and leave them over there. But now that I don't have them, I need them. So, as things often work, that's how that's going to work for me tonight. And by the time I get them, the match will probably be over. Because that's also just about how the world works. But right now, they're going to go into Game 2, and Cody will be on the play as Jesse... I don't want to be rude, but it seemed like he easily won that game, even though I thought for a split second he was going to lose. I should have paid attention to what he was doing, and I might have realized... But yeah, so on the left of your screen we have Jesse Hill, who's up a game against Cody Dickerson on the right. She is playing Infect. Jesse has been playing Elves for about a month and a half, 2 months now, I want to say. Awesome deck choice, and he picked all the cards up right before the spike, so that's very, very convenient for him. I think he got his Heritage Druids at 3 or 4 apiece instead of who knows what they're at now. I'm sure that they're 15 or more. I don't know for certain, but that's what I would assume. Yeah, Heritage Druids are $20 a piece now. Isn't that crazy? Uncommon for Morningtide. Who has them? We found a bunch a long time ago, but they were all Chinese, courtesy of Michael Higgins, who went all in on a bunch of Chinese Morningtide boxes. Turns out that was a great call, as Heritage Druid turned to $20 and Vendilion Click magically turned to $80. So, go Higgins on the great call. Yeah, in this match, it really just depends on who I think really draws the stronger opening hand. And I would have to say that Jesse had the stronger hand in this one. Yeah, we have a couple doctors joining us. Are you guys just leaving?
We're already out of food.
Oh, alrighty.
Applebee's.
So right across the street.
The family takes the beat. I need to eat something to wash the salt away.
Oh no. What did you finish? 9th?
16th.
16th.
But the guy I played couldn't make top 8, and he wouldn't concede to me.
And did he beat you?
And then he beat me because he played my worst matchup.
Oh no. That is so, like, not frustrating, but it is. Like, you don't want to say the word frustrating.
Well,
but
it is, but I can't be mad at him. Like,
right. It's his choice. So it's like, it just sucks that it didn't turn out how you wanted it to.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you finish, Andy?
13th.
13th, alright.
Lost to my worst matchup, and I found out what that was today.
Was it Soul Sisters?
Boggles.
Oh, because you can't kill anything? They just beat you as fast as you beat them?
Yeah.
Oh, they can do lifelink too.
Double lifelink.
Unblockable lifelink, essentially. They're both looking at their hands, and Cody, I think, is going to keep hers, and Jesse is thinking about it. It doesn't... Yeah, well, he has actually, he might keep. He has a Llanowar Elf, a land, and a couple of other one-drop spells. Looks like 2 Nettle Sentinels and a Heritage Druid. So if he gets that train going, he's going to easily win this game. Assuming that is what the hand is, it does look like Nettle Sentinel, Azuri, Llanowar Elf, Fauna Shaman, and that might be a Heritage Druid. And he kept it, so I think it's safe to assume that it was Heritage Druid. You guys heading out?
Yeah, just get food. I'll come
Alright.
over after you.
Alright, well, I'll see y'all when you get back. And just a little bit of love from the awesome players at Hometown Hobbies. We're going to see a turn 1 Glistener Elf or Hierarch? Glistener Elf. The Infector is down. Lifelink does not stack. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember saying that out loud, that it did. If I did, I am very aware that it doesn't. However, if you have certain cards, I think that it'll gain the life twice. Like, I think, I don't know exactly how it's worded, but I think that there's one that is worded, for each damage the creature deals, you gain a life, unless it's been reworded as lifelink. It might be Spirit Link, or Spirit Loop. It's one of the two. I have to read the Oracle text. I could be wrong, but I think Spirit Link does work if it has lifelink also. I'm pretty sure. Because Spirit Link is a triggered ability from the card itself. Or it gives the creature that triggered ability, whatever you want to call it. Or stat, I don't know. It gains that ability. I'm not too hip to the Magic vernacular. We're going to see Cody shock herself after a fetch, going down to 17. Or 16, actually, because she already took one fetch. That's what happens when you start talking. Oh, it was probably Andy Martin saying double lifelink, as that is... It's not correct to call it that, but that is pretty much what it was in this case. The creature was gaining, like... something like that. I don't know. That was his scenario. Inkmoth next is going to be animated. Inkmoth is going to get in there over the blockers, and no blocks, so Groundswell is going to come down to make it an even 5. Jesse is going to be poisoned 5 times, and I'm sorry, Jesse, it didn't mean for it to go that way, buddy. Razor Verge Thicket's coming down. Nettle Sentinel, Heritage Druid. So he has the Wombos. He's going to net 3 green. If he draws another Nettle Sentinel, he just gets to add a bunch of mana, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like he played an elf. And I can't actually see what's happening in this. Too much of it's off the screen. It's going to be Quarter Calling for some number, but I couldn't tell you how many. And Azuri's going to come down. So I think he's saying you're going to have to beat me this turn, or else next turn I'm going to. Oh, Cody did take 2. That's right. She Jataxian probed. Second Inkmoth Nexus comes out of her hand. Inkmoth Nexus and Forest are going to be tapped for Spellskite. She's trying to put more toughness into play so she doesn't die to the trample from Azuri Renegade Leader. Inkmoth's going to attack for 1, putting Jesse up to 6 poison. And a Nykthos would be his absolute best top deck. That's what he's hoping to draw. And instead, I think it was another Llanowar Elf. Oh, Fauna Shaman. He has a Fauna Shaman in his hand, that's right. So he has a Fauna Shaman in play. He goes ahead and Fauna Shamans for... maybe... I'm not sure what he's going to grab. Oh, I guess that works. A Malira Silvok Outcast. With that card online, this Azuri is going to pack a heavy punch. Yeah, so you can't see it, but there is a Fauna Shaman on camera. They move their decks a little too far up, but hey, whatever keeps them comfortable while they play, even if I can't see it, that's not as important as them playing. So right now, Jesse cannot get Infect counters because of Malira Silvok Outcast. So he drew his die move against the Infect deck, and he's going to knock the top of his deck, draw a Quarter Calling that is pretty good. He would still love a Nykthos, but he didn't get there. So right now, I don't know if he swings in. I'm not sure what all he has. There we go. Oh, he had a Heritage Druid too. Alright. So with that, he could add 3, 4, 5 to his mana pool. And Fauna Shaman's a human, I believe. I don't think it's an elf. So he could give 3 of his elves +3/+3 in trample. So he's just going to use Llanowar Elf to survival the fittest. And he might grab a Nettle Sentinel or an Elvish Archdruid. I think it's one of those two. With Nettle Sentinel, you get to float 3 mana with the 2 Nettle Sentinels, play the Nettle Sentinel, untap, float 3 mana to your mana pool. Oh, no one says he's going to grab spell.